be on this platform. Good morning, everyone. Um, Something is just, oh my God, oh my God. IT guy, thank you for a good word. In fact, I love the excursion that you took us through this morning. The excursion for me is the is my thing for this morning. Every other thing, I'm not that, but the excursion was something else. Thank you for that. I saw what was going on there, and I'm like asking myself a question that what is really going on? Now, let me speak to this. And please, for the public, whatever I'm saying, number one, I don't know who Ada Foundation is. I'm just hearing Ada Foundation, all of this. I don't know her. I don't have anything to do with her. I am not speaking for her. I am not Ada Foundation spokesperson. Neither am I Ada Universe TV public relations officer. So I am not speaking for Ada Foundation. But I'm just speaking as a fellow of the Institute of Chartered Accountants who understand accounts and books. I'm a fellow of over 20 years. So when it comes to money, accounts, records, books, audits, figures, I'm a fellow. And I know my onions. I know my onions. Now, going forward, I see what the lady was parading. And I asked a question, can you give me the source of that information? So someone responded that company house and blah, blah, blah. So I just went to the company house to dig out some information. Now, what I have here is the audited account of Ada Foundation submitted to the company house. Unaudited, okay, unaudited. Unaudited means that in order for you not to fall short of the timing. Let's say your financial year ends in June, okay? You need to submit your account if you don't submit by that June, you will get a penalty. So we tax consultant will do some things that, okay, fine. Oh, your account is not audited. Let's go and submit unaudited first. Let them have that so that you avoid the penalty. Then you can then submit the audited account maybe 30 days after or 60 days after, so that you avoid the penalty. Okay. So the difference between audited and unaudited may only be what we call extraordinary events that happen after the balance sheet date. Now, when you say a balance sheet date is your actual year end. That is your balance sheet. So anything may have happened after your balance sheet date. We call it extraordinary activity after balance sheet date. Take, for instance, your date ends 30th June, and you are supposed to file in your returns and audit it in 30 days. Now, anything that happened between that 30 days window may affect your account. So you have that window to disclose. It's a matter of disclosure. You will see it in the notes to the account. I'm very sure it will be here in the notes of the. Okay, see, notes to the account. You must see the disclosure. So for chartered accountants, we are not bothered about figures. Okay, I am bothered about what? The note, because this is where we do some mago. If you want to hide things from the public, you will never know. This is where we go. So an accountant will never look at the figure. An accountant will go to your notes account to see post-balance sheet events or your extraordinary activities again post-balance sheet date. So that's where we see what is going on. That's where you see your contingent liabilities, those things that you want to hide, you don't want to pay tax. This is where we go to. Now, from what I've seen, the last statement submitted to company house, the total assets of Ada Foundation is 8,000. What is this? 8,291 pounds. Total assets. And total assets include your fixed and current, which is your cash, your debtors, your cash at bank. In fact, the cash at bank is how much, sir? 37,000. That's cash at bank. with your fixed asset, maybe your motor vehicle and all of that. So the total asset, the total worth of that foundation is 3,000 naira. Sorry, 8,000 pounds. That's the worth of that company. Now, if anybody, thank you, IT guy. I saw 632,000. Okay, 632,000. What that means is that when you are incorporating, a company, a foundation now, there's a threshold. There's something we call a threshold with the company house that, okay, like a target. It can be a target, it can be a threshold, whatever name they want to call it. That in this my business, in this my charity organization, whatever I want to do in terms of raising funds, my assets will be under X amount. In this case, 632. What that means is that if you do anything above 632, you are bound to report that to the company house, and where applicable policies, which it could include taxation, remittances, will be done, and they will assess you appropriately. Take for instance, if you want to raise, that's for foundation, but if it is for a company, they call it authorized share capital. If it's for company, and you see company, they will say 1 million. Some will say 10 million. Some will say 100 million. So in your balance sheet, you will see authorized share capital has 100 million pounds. That does not mean that you have 100 million pounds. What you are simply saying is, in the lifespan of my business, I am going to raise funds up to 100 million pounds. And that is why you will see a lot of companies, they will be doing what we call shares, issuing of shares. You have 2-for-1, you have preference shares, you have debentures, you have cumulative preference shares. Don't let me go into technical issues. So you have all of, so you can decide this year that out of my authorized share capital of 100 million, I want to raise 1 million out of it. So I issue, that's why you have authorized 100 million, issue to the public 1 million, which means I still have 99 million in my coffers to raise in the future. So with respect to charity and foundation, that 632 means your authorized fund, your authorized money to be raised in the lifespan of your charity. You can decide to raise 1,000 this year. You can decide to raise, so that that one is done, so that you don't start just going to the public and be raising money and be raising money. The company house wants to know what you are doing and how you are raising the money. So before you can raise money, you go to the company and say, okay, company house, I want to raise 20,000 out of my authorized balance. So they can give you approval, okay, go to the public and raise that. So the 632 is the authorized capital for Ada Foundation. Like I said, I am not speaking for Ada Foundation. I'm only speaking to the groups. So if anybody wants to tell me anything or want to tell the public about the finances of any organization, especially if it's a registered organization, no individual has the right to go personally or collectively and say, XY papariano organization, give us your account. You can't do that. The organization has the right to submit its account or detailed statement to the company house. From that company house, you can go and download it, like I've done, to now read a lot of things. See, employee, other directors. It has only one employee. She's the only director.
Okay, Chairman. Thank you for the update. Just before I get too busy, thank you for your summary. You see, when I was looking at that screen, as soon as I saw that green button, I knew it was company's house.
Yeah.
Now, if it is company's house, you can obtain the information you want there intelligently.
Is it?
Because the information is public. Yeah, because the information is public.
It's public.
Now, if you haven't done that,
If you click on
and then
the
she
account, you will
said,
see it and download
Chairman,
it.
she said, first of all, she said she wants to school me, and I said, don't be ridiculous. No, then she said, school me now. So when I finished schooling her, she now said, let me now school you. I said, I'm done. I've asked you 2 questions.
Please,
What do you
IT
understand
guy,
by the
IT
2
guy, from your
unders?
IT
And
guy.
where is your proof
IT guy,
that this
I
woman
think-
took money off MOHBAD for
Let's
any?
do it this way.
any
Going
cause.
forward, IT guy,
And she
and
can
every other
answer.
person. Let's do it this way. If anybody comes with any matter, I think we should first of all ask, do you have knowledge? Are you certified to query whatever you are bringing to the public? Say, for instance, we are talking about law. You go and get a lawyer. I will not talk about law. So if someone is coming to the public with an information, let's first of all ask that person, what is your own profession? What's your own background with respect to what you want to present? So that we can know who is speaking. Do you have the knowledge to speak to what you are showing? Because you cannot be a driver and you want to be talking about finance and accounts. You cannot be a lawyer, you want to be telling me about economics. You cannot be a medical doctor and you want to talk about engineering. You will mislead people because you will be saying things at the surface.
Oh, yes, he is. That's why we chose him.
Do you understand?
He's the accountability man.
So you will be talking so if that lady is bringing some information and showing figures, the question I think I want you to ask is, please, who are you? Do you understand what's your profession for me to engage you on that document that you are talking to? Because you are going to mislead people. 632 and that do not see his total balance sheet as at date is 8,000 as at the last account. Maybe by whenever it's ready to she submits the next account, we can all go there, download it, and see what she has done in the past 1 year. So when you are talking with people, IT, in order not to waste your time or anybody's time, let's first of all ask it, sir, that thing that you are talking to.
Sorry, Chairman. Sorry, Chairman. Let me put something to you that you need to understand. When they opened their platform and they started engaging with Papariano, they were playing to their audience.
Mm-hmm.
They were playing to their own people. Mm. And the reason why I went up there is to enlighten their own people too. Mm. It takes patience. It takes taking those abuse. Mm. But the patience it actually takes and the intelligence it took for me to, you remember I dropped off, I came back again.
Yeah.
I thought if I can ask questions that their own audience can take away with them, if they can answer the question, then it means they are trying to mislead their listeners. And that is the reason why I went all the way to ensure that their listeners get the nitty-gritty of the game they are playing. When they come public with information, they come public with information that is not credible. And at some point, we're going to have to start playing this game to ensure that we correct it there and then. That was my motive. Let's correct it there and then. Otherwise, which one is my own? Because when you get sort of like on the soft, that's why I asked the question. Let Baba show us the GoFundMe panel. Show us the front panel. Let's see how much we've withdrawn and how much is left. Otherwise, we're no longer interested. Whether you want to be transparent or not, but is it not transparency we're seeing now? Is the information not there? They choose not to use their brain purposely. They are paid, they are cajoled to mislead their own people. And that's the public.
The public can see that this document is prepared by a competent chartered accountant.
Now,
so everybody knows
Chairman,
that.
At the time, the public is not privy on their own platform with their number of followers that they want to trick. The information they've got that they are crusading. Look at how loosely she's flagging all sorts of lies
Exactly.
that she's
Not
concocted.
No, IT guy. For me, Ada Foundation has a lawyer. Ada Foundation or Ada TV is a corporate organization. So I think they should know what to do if you put their organization into disrepute publicly. So I want to believe they know what to do, because this is how people put themselves into problems. Now, for the issue of Baba MOHBAD, Mr. Joseph Aloba, and this accountability stuff, this is what I would suggest. I heard from, I don't know whichever platform, where he said that Ashin Shishe Lowo, which means it's still work in progress. As soon as they finish, they will tell everybody what they realize and what they expended. I think that is correct. In my opinion. I'm speaking as a chartered accountant. I think that is correct. Let's give them time. When the whole thing, when you are on a course, you don't render account in the middle of an action. You can do what we call an interim account, and you can do a final account. Okay, if they chose not to do an interim account, which is okay, which is not a problem professionally, they can do a final account, which means after the whole thing has been sorted out. Okay, or we say, okay, yearly account, maybe every December, we want to see what has happened in the year, which is okay. So what they need to do is to get a competent person to put the accounts together, support with it all evidences, and post it on whatever platform they want to post it, and everybody can go there and pick it from. Okay, so with respect to that, professionally wise, yes, accounts are prepared over a period of time. So the public can cut them a slack, like give them time. Whenever, maybe December, every December I want to be seeing, But for me, that's not my issue, But I only want to speak to what happened this morning as regards what that lady is parading. That thing is fraudulent. Fraudulent means that you are giving public a bad image of a corporate organization. Okay, so that will be my take. You can download the account, you will see it. You can download it. So let her download the account and speak to the account to the public, and not an authorized live capital that she's showing.
My chairman, how are you?
I'm good, thank you.
Chairman, how are you?
Thank you. I'm
Yeah, I just want to put in 2 minutes. IT guy, very good job. I appreciate you for going up against these guys. I want to advise everybody. Ask yourself, why now are they after Ada? Why are they after Ada? Primarily because Ada has been able to do something legal, something that is highly needed in the movement, to stop a kangaroo court so that the law can be applied to the procedure. Now these guys have sat down in their coven and they have deliberately pushed these nimnits, these numbnuts out to deceive the public, and the best they can do is try to give her that name, call her a thief, call her all sorts of nonsense, the way they call every true fighter names. So I don't want you guys to lose focus. Realize that they are doing this now since the inquest got suspended. Now, instead of Ada getting credit, Bankole getting credit and getting all the praise, these guys have decided to steal the glory by nicknaming and calling Ada all sorts of names. So what we should be doing now is telling them, why are you crying profusely now? And if you really think Ada has done anything wrong, go to the court. Don't come to the public showing your illiteracy, because any normal person would understand the documents she's translating under, they are all hypothetical figures. Meaning, if you make so much money past that level, you enter a different category or you file a different tax. So, if these guys are so illiterate not to understand this, why do we even bother with them? Why do we bother discussing with them?
Exactly.
The same group that does not understand sue. They don't understand sue. They don't understand criminal and civil suit. So every time they come out, they show their level of illiteracy, but they come out and they speak English and they speak grammar, and the gullibles will believe them. So please, my brothers and sisters, next time you hear them calling Ada any name, tell them go to court. Stop crying profusely. Ada has done something legal, and until the High Court decides, shut the fuck up and let the law take its course. And like they were telling they were telling IT, how many foundations can come in? Another foundation will do this, another foundation will do that. As long as it's within the law. What we are working on is the law. So please, let's stay focused. Again, thank you, IT. Thank you, IT.
Now,
And Chairman, thank you too for that that accountant work you just did. Thank you.
African TV. You are imagining that this is exactly what what's his name? Break the Silence Foundation. Break the Silence. This is what is lacking. This is what he has not filed with our own company house in Nigeria that made him to be inactive. If you don't do this every year, you are running foul of the law and you will be penalized. And if you don't do that for upward of 10 years, they will delist you as a foundation. So this is exactly what we are expecting from what we are trying to check when we're asking for the other Break the Silence Foundation. You can see the account has been done up to June 2024. So the next one is when? June 2025, which will be whatever happened between this, from June 2024 to June 25, will be submitted by March 2026, and you can see it. The one in 2024 is what I'm showing everybody. See, 2024. Okay? And the total asset is £8,000. This foundation is even poor, so very poor. Oh, no. £8,000. That's just a joke anyway. But it's just a
I know, but they at least they're doing the right thing. That's what matters. The reason why they are all crying profusely is because when they saw that £600,000, they thought, so this foundation can collect this amount, and Baba was struggling to even get $11,000. That's why they were all crying.
Don't they have professionals among them to tutor them?
And even on that thing, there was no expenditure, nothing, and you just carry balance and you just share and
she said number of staff 10, but see the number of employee was 4 people.
Oh yeah.
So I don't know. Ada should come and pay me.
Chairman, even the number of employee was saying under 10 as well. Under 10 as well.
I can't have more than 10.
Is
if
that
I
difficult?
have more than 10, I will enter another realm of
you see, Chairman, you see, this is the taxation for taxation purpose. You want to set up a foundation for a purpose, and you want it to remain within that threshold, so that they don't take you to a next level to be taxing you on certain aspects. So you start off somewhere small, and if you're able to grace your bar, you can then take yourself to the next level. I mean, how is that difficult to understand that if you want to set up anything in this country, in England, I can set up what's it called, a incorporated company, either one that is properly incorporated with nominal shares. I have a secretary, I have a director, register for VAT, and do my self-assessment at the end of the year, or I decide TSL. On the other hand, I decide to be a sole trader. Or I decide to be a sole trader. So when I'm a sole trader, I am a sole trader. So there are certain things I don't have to account for because I'm a sole trader. What do? I buy business from here, I take it over there, and I sell it, and I make my profit. If at the end of the year you want what is due to you, you will tax me accordingly as a sole trader. I rest my mind. Carry on, Chairman.
Hello.
I'm even saying that for any, for anything to come up about any foundation, it should be that they want to do something that they have money for, or maybe they are misappropriating funds they are using the funds for like something else. If they're not alleging that the funds that were donated for the justice from MOHBAD is being used for like personal purposes, they don't need to respond to it.
Most foundations are broke anyway. They always rely on the public to help them with their donations and stuff. Unless it's like Brekete Foundation and every other big, maybe Red Cross and all that old foundations that have been in existence, and those ones that have money. Not like Ada Foundation. When did the Ada Foundation start here? And then they were so shocked when they saw that 600,000 and they thought, whoa, within a year? Is that how they make money? Who have that kind of money to throw into foundation like that? These people, they made a fool of themselves this morning. They should have actually gone and researched so they have something tangible to present. So they don't damage their image. Good morning.
TSL. Good morning, my dear. How are you? Good morning, everybody. Sorry, I didn't really have time to greet. Don't underestimate these guys. They're not making fool of themselves. They are calculated. They know exactly what they're doing, which is to mislead and derail.
Public. Yes, I said this in the beginning. Yes. I said this earlier. Because they don't want nobody. They don't want nobody in this justice. They have a lot to hide.
Before she started pushing that document, please, before she started pushing that document, and before you see all of them coming out at the same time, they have decided what to do. Go out, tell the people, foundation
that lady
is a scam.
She's a bunch. She's a bunch of moron. She's a moron.
African television. African television. Very quickly. There are two things. They are playing to their own gallery. Yeah, on one side. On the other hand, don't give them any credits. I don't think they know. Don't say they know. I don't think they know.
If they understood what they were carrying around,
this is information that is readily in the public space. If they had done their research and done what Chairman did after that session with them, yeah, they will not be coming out public to come and masquerade.
Your network is breaking, internet guy.
Can you IT? Let me chip in this. I said don't underestimate them. I know why. I'm in court with these guys. I know these are the group that will sit down, create false documents to incriminate you, swear affidavits to false document in court. So when you think that they don't know, that's the gullibility. Every time I say gullible, don't just take a fool for a fool. The person you think is a fool may be playing the fool just to get you. These are the people who went to court and swore false affidavits. These are the people who went to court. They went to court and they put money in my account. When I did not solicit for money, you put $1 in somebody's account. You swear affidavits to it and you submit it to the high court. My brother, these people are calculated. They are calculated. They are deliberately trying to defame and derail justice. They are deliberately going after Ada. Do you know how many people now that will be going around saying, do you know how many people will be going out saying Ada is the thief?
African television. They will only, you see, the foolish person's way of doing things is to look at information without doing their research. The first time I engaged with Nay Moron, I may engage with her just like an uncle or a father. She's calling me a great-grandfather, uncle on that, patronizing me, and I told her I don't want that patronage. And I told her, do your research thoroughly.
You look like Guresi, brother.
Thoroughly.
You look
but
like
when
Guresi,
I asked
brother.
her the question, when I asked her the question, she was lost. When it was then that the under suddenly made it add any meaning to her. It was at that point that she swayed it off and started looking in other areas because the information they get is a screenshot from somebody that they've sent to them.
not the full-fledged link. Well, if it was a link that was sent to them, at least you can click on the link.
I will not be surprised.
But the thing is,
IT guy.
it's the
I will
same
not be
people.
surprised
It's the
who
same
sent
people in the same group.
who sent them
In the
that
same group. The same-
information.
it can be Gurexi.
They are working
It can
for
be
somebody.
Honorable York. It can be any of these people.
No, it's
They're
that
working
dog.
for
It can be
That
any
somebody.
of
dog.
them.
That stupid dog. I
But
think
they
it's that
used
dog.
her. They used her. She actually thinks that she's intelligent. She thinks she's intelligent because she comes out and be their spokeswoman. And because they've chosen her as a spokeswoman and they've given her an accolade that she can speak well, that's what she thinks anyway. And she has the confidence and that she can fight anybody. But the only defense that she has to be able to put her
we have
message
two
across
ways.
is to
We have two bucks.
disrespect people, which did not work for
IT,
me.
we have two
I
boxes.
knew
we
exactly
can
what she
place
was
them.
doing.
She's up her nose.
We
That
can place
one.
them. We can place them in two boxes now. Let's place them in two boxes. One, the box of foolishness, illiterates, primary 6 illiterates who can speak English, and then we put them in the second box of calculated, criminal-minded people that deliberately want to deceive the public. So anyone
Now
you
you
want
are
to
talking.
choose.
Now you are talking.
Yeah, now you
Because
are
they are
talking.
playing. They are playing to two groups. The one is the public, and the other is their own gallery. They have their own gallery. So look at Gurexi. He won't let me speak. He won't let me speak. He just kept, and I said to him, look, Papariano is already finished with you guys on the aspect of Ada Foundation. And then she said something about that's York. It came through the wherever that you are working for Ada Foundation, and I had to break it down for you to understand. I don't even know who this person is, and I'm not here because of Ada Foundation. I am here for you to know that the public have the right to be represented during that inquest, and what we want, we're challenging this process that is crooked, is to ensure that the challenge is registered in the CTC. And that's the reason why the sign is there. It's that difficult. And I said so many foundations can come. Even I can go as member of public. If I ask
I
a
can
question,
even start a foundation
they're not
right
gonna
now
put it
and
in the
then join
CTC.
in. I can even
So we
open
want, and then
one right now and join
when he
in.
then mentioned the
As long
public
as I have all the
lawyer, and I
information.
said, can anybody go into the CTC and find that guy's name and find a question that the guy asked and what the response was? Yawa Gas. His name is there. His name, I mean, the sniper, I said the sniper is there in the comment section. He's digested this thing inside out. He will be able to do a search and find this lawyer's name. And we know the question the lawyer is asked in the past. And if we can't find one after 12 months, you do know the reason why other people need to come and represent the public, where they have to come and fight on behalf of the public. I mean, this whole thing, the thing is, yes, it is good for us to cross platform. But for me, I will always choose my time. And sometimes I don't really have the time and I wish I could do it. But luckily for me, especially, I found an opportunity to engage at that level, knowing that at least it be in an engagement where they do. If you drop me, then we know you. Then they said because they are